Hey there, guys, and welcome back to the Two Players Podcast, episode 29. We're going to be talking about the news and then the games we've been playing. Mostly the Nintendo Switch is probably what we're going to be talking about, and then Walking Dead talk. So, getting into the first piece of news is that not all Nintendo Switch games will support the TV mode, which I found to be very interesting.
The first game that did this is it's like a rhythm game, and you can't put it in TV modes because I guess it just works better as like a mobile game because I think it was designed for like mobile for at first. So that's interesting to think about that. Obviously, they're probably gonna have to like say, "Yo, you can't you can't play this on TV mode." By the way, so I guess it's kind of weird. Like I thought, like because if you look at the dock, it doesn't really have a lot of things in it. Like it's not like you just put it on the dock and just displays on your TV. So I thought like every game would just be allowed to do that, but I guess not. So I'm like, sure. I mean, remember, it's also like a portable gaming system, so I guess it's fine, but it's still a little weird.
Yeah, because I would imagine that them trying to add button controls into a touchscreen-based game would be kind of difficult and would just delay the game even further. So
yeah, I guess if you want like more touchscreen capabilities, then it might be better just to leave it in like portable mode. So
yeah, so I just found that to be very interesting. So.
Alright, so Nintendo showed off a bunch of indie games, including Stardew Valley, which I'm really excited for. Among others is SteamWorld Digs 2 and Yooka-Laylee Overcooked, and some other games. And yeah, they gave some really good indie games too. Like these are some high tier indie games, and
yeah, I'm glad. On top of that, a lot of them are coming out next month.
Yeah,
so
it's
the Switch won't be in the dust much longer. If it's not already, a lot of people are still playing Zelda and stuff. But after they're done with that, you could dive into some indie games on there. So, I just found it to be very weird that Stardew Valley was announced, but that's very good because portable Stardew Valley sounds like a thing that a lot of people would actually just like get into.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Just be like the main reason why a lot of people will rebuy Stardew Valley to begin with.
Yeah.
So there were a couple of other games within here like Mr. Shifty. It just looked like a really fast-paced action game that I'm very interested in. Runner 3, that was not expected at all. But yeah, just a lot of good indie games. And the best part is that a lot of these are actually timed exclusive. So maybe that'll be a incentive for some people to pick them up on the Switch. And I know Runner 3 is just a straight up exclusive on there. So yeah. The next piece of news is that Nintendo Switch game saves will not transfer over to another console. So I'm assuming that it is attached to the console itself and it's not attached to anything else, not to the user ID or the cartridge, which is kind of strange, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I think they're talking about if like they could probably do a cloud saving service, which they should, because since we're going to be paying for online anyway, I think a cloud saving would be very appreciated. Because, since this is a portable system, people could like lose it more, like, since people want to take it out and stuff. Like with this, it just makes me like not want to bring it anywhere because I don't want to like lose it or anything. So,
also if like your system just like malfunctions
that's
one day.
Yeah, so it's just like pretty bad. I don't know how they overlooked this.
That's just like, I don't know why. I was assuming that they would be like saved on the cart or like even attached to your ID or something like that, but I guess it's not. So that's just bad. So hopefully with their new online service that they are very vague about, like Nintendo is, they implement a cloud saving service for people that do want to put their saves into the cloud and just like have a backup just in case if anything does happen to their Nintendo Switch consoles.
Yeah, because it's like, come on, like that's just like pretty bad. I don't want to lose my Zelda save. That would be awful. I put a lot of time into that. It would be awful if like the Switch just like dies or something. And then you can't save the file. All right, so a new Guardians of the Galaxy trailer came out. I didn't watch it because apparently there was a spoiler, and I didn't watch it.
I watched it, and then at the end there was like a spoiler. I'm assuming that they want you to know that, but I feel like that you shouldn't know that, to be honest, but yeah, like they released this new trailer and really it's just more Guardians of the Galaxy nonsense, and then at the end they just dropped this bombshell on you and I'm just like, wait, I didn't want to know that. So But still, I'm very excited for this movie. I feel like that it won't trump Logan, which I will talk about later. But yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, I'm still very, very excited for. Speaking of superhero stuff, they showed off a Deadpool 2 teaser. It's actually not just called Deadpool 2 teaser. It's called No Good Deed. This was actually shown off right before they showed off Logan.
It's pretty good,
sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they do that with every single screening. But yeah, this was a pretty good teaser. Pretty much just shows, more Deadpool and, his antics and stuff like that, But it wasn't like laugh out loud funny, but, like I had a couple of chuckles here and there, like when Stan Lee showed up and stuff like that. So, and also like the Superman theme, I think, was playing the whole time. So, yeah. Just like this trailer or like teaser was, top notch.
Yeah,
obviously.
It was just there to hype you up, like, yeah, we're doing it. It's coming. But they don't actually have like an actual trailer out. It's just like a very tiny teaser.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so don't put stickers on your Nintendo Switch because there's been a lot of reports of a lot of things right now. The Switch has not been doing too well in terms of hardware because there's been a lot of.
Oh yeah, first up, I didn't even put this on here, but like there's like this YouTube video where straight up it just shows off a bunch of people filming their Switches like malfunctioning.
Yeah.
Whether it be something with the screen or like a high pitched beeping sound. Like it's very weird, and I'm thankful that my Switch has yet to show any of those things.
Yeah, me too.
But I know a common thing with Switch consoles is that the left Joy-Con has like a tough time responding, which I encountered a couple of times when I was playing Zelda, to be honest. Because like I would like move and then like Link would just keep moving within the same direction when I'm not moving that way. So, but going back to this, just don't put skins on your Switch Joy-Cons because when you peel them off, the paint on the Joy-Cons itself is actually like very cheap or something like that. So D-Brands has been like testing out skins for the Switch, and they found this out and they just wanted to let everyone know about it.
Yeah, it's like it kind of sucks, but it's also like I mean I don't really care because I don't really do this sort of stuff anyway. But it does suck that it's not working too well, and all the hardware issues with the Switch is also very unfortunate because usually Nintendo is pretty good with this, but the Switch has been having a lot of problems. So.
Well, last Nintendo console, my Wii U bricked. Like, it didn't even have
I forgot about that.
Straight up, the goddamn HDMI port didn't work, so I couldn't use it for a while. But hey, now everyone else gets to suffer with me as I did those years ago. But yeah, just don't put stickers on your Switch console, and hopefully when you buy a Switch, it doesn't poop out. But moving on to the next story about the Switch, they broke a lot of records in terms of sales and stuff like that. So I guess I'll talk about the first one is that Friday and Saturday sales for the Switch exceeded first 2-day sales in America for any system in Nintendo history. Next biggest was the Wii, so that's pretty big news. And then another thing is that Zelda Breath of the Wild for the Switch is the best-selling standalone launch title, not being bundled like Wii Sports in Nintendo history. So just those two things alone is just like mind-blowing, honestly. Like the fact that this console, the Nintendo Switch, managed to do that with a very lackluster launch lineup. Personally, I knew that the Switch was going to succeed either way, no matter what they launched it with, whether it was just only Zelda or, Zelda and then a couple of other games, which is obviously what they did. But, this launch lineup I felt like was strong enough just because it's Zelda, I honestly think that no other game console like PlayStation or Xbox could do that, honestly. Maybe PlayStation with like, one of their major exclusives, but Xbox, I really don't think so. Just because of, their exclusives have been really dying down lately. Like Gears 4, it was good, but like in terms of like the story wasn't all that great. Halo, I don't know what happened with Halo 5, but just like I feel like Nintendo's the only game company that could do something like this and succeed with it.
Yeah, basically, because Zelda's been around forever. Like Sony, they make new IPs and they're really good, but Nintendo has those really old ones and have nostalgia, so people are more inclined to like be lenient towards them and just like play. I mean, it also helps that Breath of the Wild is like really, really, really good. Yeah,
on top of that, Breath of the Wild was just getting 10 out of 10s back to back before the Switch even launched. So that was just icing on the cake, which, obviously Zelda is obviously that good if, so many people are rating it that high, which I can agree with to a certain extent.
So good. But yeah, I am happy that it's actually selling well, because I think they have a lot more advertising for this thing, and it just knows what it wants to be. The Wii U was just a confused mess. This one is very clear on what it wants to be. So I think people got that, like, oh, it's like a portable thing where you can put on your TV. Oh, there you go. The Wii was like, oh, you could sort of do that, but not really. Like, it was stupid. So people are like, whoa, Wii U's just a Wii. This one's like, oh no, it's a Switch. It's like, oh, okay. So I think that also helps a lot for the Switch to be selling as well as it is right now.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people knew about what the Switch was and what it was trying to do before it even launched, compared to like the Wii U, where people were like, is this a portable console? Is this like a attachment for the Wii or something like that? So I'm glad that the Switch is doing as well as it is at the moment. Too. So
all right, so Steven Universe RPG has been announced. This is actually a sequel, because this was first like a mobile game. It was called like Steven Universe Attack the Light, which was actually kind of good. It was like the same looking thing, but it said this one's but they said this one's a little bigger, so they're gonna put it on consoles, which is cool. It says like they had the box art, or not box art for it, but they had like it showed like PS4, but it's not only for PS4. It's gonna be for other stuff. So that's pretty cool. I heard a lot of people say the mobile version was good, so hopefully this one is good also. We don't have too much information about it. I think this game might be at PAX. I think the creator said that. I'm not sure though. But it looks nice. I really like the art style a lot for it. So
the art style is actually really nice and stylistic. But hopefully that this is a pretty decent RPG on consoles. I would imagine that it's going to come to the Switch, hopefully. Probably, obviously, PS4, Xbox One, and maybe PC. I'm not exactly sure. But
I think they said it was going to be on PC too, yeah.
Okay, so, yeah, just another little Steven Universe piece of media that we can enjoy as Steven Universe fans, so that's very nice. Then the last piece of news is that the Telltale's games have finally unveiled, shown us screenshots of Guardians of the Galaxy, and it pretty much looks like what I would expect from Telltale in terms of taking the Guardians of the Galaxy property and turning it into their own, like little universe sort of thing, so... looks pretty good. So hopefully that when it does finally come out, it'll be just as good as it looks.
Yeah, I think it'll do well. I have a good feeling about that one. I'll play it.
Alright, so I guess now we'll get into our Nintendo Switch talk, mainly about Zelda, then 1-2 Switch and snipper clips a little bit later. But I guess I'll let you start, because you actually, have been playing it a lot more than I have. So thoughts on Zelda Breath of the Wild?
Alright, so Zelda Breath of the Wild is probably like one of the best open world games I've ever played. It's like really, really good. It's also probably like my favorite Zelda game now. But just the way you explore the world, the game also teaches you like once you enter the world, there's like no tutorials at all. Like I had to figure out a lot of stuff by myself or by accident, which is nice. Like I know some people don't like that, but I kind of like how like not handholdy it is, and it's pretty hard in the beginning. I died a lot in the first parts of the game just because you don't have any equipment. But it just throws you into the world. Like you do the little bit of the first island, like little area part, and then once you get your glider, you can do whatever. Like you can just explore everything, and I never felt like I was just like walking. Like I felt like there's always like a shrine or something to do, like a camp to kill or a side quest to do. Like I never felt bored. Like I've been playing this game for like a while now, and I felt like I just started. Like I don't know how many hours I have because I can't really check, I don't think, but it's probably like 20 hours already. Like I have a decent amount of time into it, and I still felt like I just started the game. Like it's insane. Like I it's just so big, and I haven't done a single dungeon yet. Only did a few main quests. I just been going to shrine, going to the towers, and just exploring, because that's what the game really wants you to do. And I think it does it really well. Like it just like nothing feels dull about it. The way you could you could do encounters very differently from just like fighting. Like you could like throw bombs at them, you could push boulders onto them, you could use like your magnet thingy and like hit them with a giant box or whatever. You can even approach puzzles very differently. Like you don't have to do it the way they intended it for you to do. You could do it some weird janky way and it'll probably work. And I really like that freedom. It feels very nice. The combat feels good too. All the controls are very nice. It feels very fluent. The way how Link could just like move like up walls. You know, he could climb up walls. He could run. The stamina can get a bit annoying, but you know that's why you have the stamina upgrades. It's not as bad as like something like Skyward Sword, where because if you run out of stamina in this game, you kind of just walk. It's not like in Skyward Sword where Link is just like helpless, like you can't do anything. So that's an improvement from that game. I feel like the complaints I do have with it is the frame rate is pretty bad.
Oh yeah, the frame rate does drop out a lot when you're like running through grass and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so.
it's like tall grass. It makes the frames just drop like really bad. The inventory system can get really annoying, but you do expand your inventory later. So I'm not having as much as a problem as I was earlier in the game. And the last complaint is kind of like, you know, like opinion. I just I wish there was like more music in the game because like it's very atmospheric, but I don't really like atmospheric like music and stuff. Like I'd rather just have really nice, because Zelda is always known for like really good songs, so it really makes me sad it's not too many songs in this game, but you know, whatever. I still think it's an amazing game. Like I love it. I still haven't done the actual dungeon yet, and I heard from some people they're really good, or heard like they were just okay. So I'm not sure what to think about yet. I want to do a certain something before I do all the dungeons and fight Ganon. I'm not gonna say it because it might be a spoiler, but but yeah, right now I'm just doing shrines and it's great. Like I love the game. It's probably the best launch game to come out for a system. Like I can't think. Wait, what was Halo? I think Halo came out for the Xbox. So that's a big one.
Halo.
Yeah, but this one's like really good though. So I also got Shovel Knight because I had some money left over in my Nintendo account, so I paid like $10 for like the whole.
So what's your thoughts on the Shovel Knight port?
It's pretty good. I was playing it a bit on like the portable mode, just like on my bed, and it feels nice. Like I thought it would feel very awkward because the thing is so wide, and for a platformer, I like to have my hands close together, but it's not too bad. I want to play the new like Spectral Knight thingy, but because it's exclusive for the not Wii U, for the Switch right now for like a month. So I want to make sure to play that, but I've been playing Zelda too much. I'll probably talk about it more next podcast when I actually like play it. But I think that's all I've been really doing, is playing Zelda. As for the Switch itself, I do think it is good. Obviously, all these hardware issues might get resolved when they make like a new Switch or whatever. I don't know if they're gonna follow the same formula they did with the 3DS, like just make different models of it, and you know it's gonna last like forever. I would say wait until holiday, unless you really want Zelda, you could get it right now. But probably wait till holiday until like, you know, you'll probably have Splatoon, Mario Kart, Breath of the Wild, and Mario Odyssey. So you know, I think it would be better to just get it in the holiday. But in terms of it, of the portability, I think it's okay. Like I could see myself playing this like just waiting for classes, or just like in my car and have nothing else to do. I could just see myself playing like doing a shrine or something in Zelda. And I think that's fine, you know. The battery life I heard isn't too good. I don't really know yet because I didn't really take it out yet. I don't have a screen protector or a case, so I don't want to risk it getting damaged. But I think it does its job pretty well. And for dock mode, you know, it's fine. You put it on the TV. Well, for my case, it's the monitor, but you know, it works fine. You know, it does what it does what it is. It's very simple. It's very simple to set up. You just put the HDMI and that's it. And you know, just like you don't know any sensors or anything like that, and it's just fine. Like it works. It just works. Like it's very easy. I was very impressed. I'm like, oh, you just put it in and there you go. So
it's very seamless.
It's very nice to just dock on your TV. You can just take it out any time, and it's like, oh, okay. And the interface is also very nice. Like it's very smooth and slick.
Yeah, it's very nice and.
Yeah, it's very nice. It feels comfortable. I have the Pro controller like it's right next to me. It is so nice. It feels so good on your hands. It's like probably one of the best controllers I've used. It feels so nice. In terms of the Joy-Cons, they're also okay. I thought it would bother me a lot more, but it actually isn't too bad. Like my hands are not that big, so I guess it's not like I can't really complain too much. I can't talk for people that have really big hands, but it does feel nice. Like I don't have a problem. I'd rather use the Pro controller, but the Joy-Cons aren't too as bad as I thought. And I guess the last thing I could talk about is the HD Rumble. It's good. You know, I don't see too many games using it besides like 1-2 Switch or Nintendo using it for something. But it's cool. You know, it does feel like, you know, like in 1-2 Switch is like, oh, feel the marbles, and like, oh yeah, I guess it could feel marbles, like, you know. And that's about all it is. But you know, that's the Switch it's a very simple concept. Like it's not forcing the gimmick on your face. You can just like put it in dock mode if you want, and like never take it out. So Yeah, my thoughts on the Switch, it's good. Like I think it's better than the Wii U. Obviously, I don't think it's as good as the 3DS just because the portability makes it a little harder to bring it around with you. But
Yeah.
if they really want this to be the new 3DS, then I could deal with it. Like,
Especially since like it's only one screen and it's like it's a lot easier to get that one screen scratched because you don't have like the top to like protect it or anything like that like the 3DS does.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the Switch is doing well as of right now. So, I guess I'll talk about my thoughts on Zelda, but. As a newbie to the Zelda universe, my first Zelda game was Skyward Sword, and that was not a pleasant adventure. But, I love A Link Between Worlds. I've dabbled a little bit into Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. I still don't see exactly why so many people praise those games, but hey, it's probably like a lot of nostalgia and just people like playing those games over and over again. But with Breath of the Wild, I could definitely see why people love this game so much because it's very open on what you can and can't do in terms of like exploring. Like you'll go into an area and then just like get one shot. You're like, well, I guess I have to explore the area I'm currently in to hopefully get more those shrines and complete those and get more hearts and stamina and stuff like that. Just like exploring the world in general it's just fun to do. I don't know why, but it's just super duper fun.
Yeah, it's very addicting.
Yeah. And like other open world games, I'm like, you know what, I'll just go to story mission to story mission. But this game, it definitely encourages you to explore, and I can definitely do that and enjoy myself doing that at the same time because I'll find some enemies and I'll kill them and I'll, find a goat and I'll kill it or something like that. There's always something to do within the world, which is very appreciative. And, other than the frame rate, I think there's nothing else I could really complain about. Like, the game is perfect as is. Obviously, it's not that handholdy, but as a newbie to the Zelda franchise, I have no problem with that because the map is very helpful. Yeah. And the game blatantly tells you on what to do next if you want to do that, next story mission and stuff like that. But, obviously, the main course of the game is you exploring and you figuring stuff out on your own. And obviously, sometimes I would get stuck and I would, look it up honestly. But even then, I'm still enjoying myself with this game. So definitely pick up Zelda when you do buy a Switch, or, if you have a Switch and you haven't bought that game, I don't know what you're doing. But I guess we'll talk about 1-2 Switch briefly. Yeah. 1-2 Switch is really good, but it's not worth the $50 in my opinion. Like, I think a lot of people would agree with that. Should it have been bundled with the Switch? Yes and no, I would say, because the quality of some of these games and like the production value that was put into this game is too high to put it in as like a bundle without increasing the price, I would say. Yeah. Every single game has a little video where they pretty much show you on how to play the game, and those videos are actually like nice and high quality. And like the games themselves, there's 28 games. I think like a majority of them, like at least 20 or more, are like really, really good. Obviously some are better than others, like quick draw / fake draw is really fun. The treasure chest games also really good. It really does show on how the Joy-Con can sense your motion when you move the Joy-Con around and stuff like that. But there weren't too many games where I was like, this game sucks. I would say like maybe Shaver and like Gorilla maybe.
Yeah, Gorilla sucks.
But yeah, just like a majority of these games, like over 20 of them are pretty good. Maybe like 3 or 4 of them are like not as good. But yeah, if you want to buy 1-2 Switch, just be aware that this is a party game, so this is very situational on when you will play it. I do like that there is like a party mode, like a battle mode where you have teams. So if you do have more than 2 people, obviously it's a lot easier for you guys to go and enjoy the game as it is. You just have like a little board and you guys roll dice or like roll the wheel. I think like just like spin the wheel, and then you'll just move around and try to go and get to the end first. And I feel like that party mode is like really well made and well done. Obviously, like the spinners kind of RNG, obviously, but how else are you going to do a mode like that? So
yeah,
I think 1-2 Switch is pretty good. If you find it for like $20, maybe $30, if you're gonna have like people over very often, definitely pick up 1-2 Switch. Not worth the $50, obviously, because you're not gonna be playing it that often, and on top of that, the game is actually not that good to be worth $50. So And then finally, just briefly talk about snipper clips. It's actually pretty difficult.
Oh yeah, it's kind of hard.
Yeah, as like a puzzle game where you have to work with your friends, it's actually pretty hard on some of those puzzles. Like I was just confused on some of them, like what the hell am I supposed to do here? Some puzzles would take like less than 3 minutes, while some would take more than 5 minutes. So but the difficulty for the game is obviously justified because this is a puzzle game, but for $20 I don't think it's that I don't think it's worth that much. Maybe like 15.
Yeah,
like
I'll put 15. Yeah,
the normal indie game price range, $15 I think would be like the perfect price for it. But hey, if you want a 2-player puzzle game to go and play with your friends, I think it actually goes up to 4 players. So yeah, if you want to go and have a little puzzle game with you and your friends, and you guys are willing to sit there for like 3 to 4 minutes acting stupid and not knowing what to do, there's the game for you. So and then other than that, obviously been on the grind with League of Legends. Currently D3 again, 17 LP. I actually like the new patch a lot because they reworked Bond of Stone, because Bond of Stone was useless, and now they have this new mastery. Gives you 5% max HP, which is very, very helpful early game, because I think like at level 1 with like Thresh, I have like 800 HP or something like that, which is a lot. And it just incentivizes, more tank supports to sort of come into the meta, which I can see working within solo queue, but I'm not exactly sure on how that'll work in competitive play. So I'm just gonna have to wait and see until that patch hits the competitive scene. But as of right now, enjoying League, taking my time with the grind. I'm not doing it like every single day because I have school and I want to play Zelda too. So just like juggling things around. And then I watched Logan, and this movie is probably the best superhero movie I've seen in quite some time. Even like Civil War, like it didn't like hit me in the heartstrings other than like that one plot twist with Iron Man.
Yeah.
But like with Logan, you see like just him as a character just like grow throughout this movie, and like some people will compare it to The Last of Us because of the little girl and the Wolverine's connection, sort of. Which I can definitely see the similarities there, but I would not put it that far. But yeah, just like Logan as a movie, like it's probably one of the best superhero movies I've seen in quite some time. And yeah, it's like really, really good. Like I was surprised. Like when I was first watching it, I was like, yes, rated R, Wolverine. And if this movie wasn't rated R, like if it was like PG-13, I feel like that the movie wouldn't have worked as well as it did. And also, what else was I gonna say? Just like the movie's great. Like that's all I have to say. I don't want to like spoil too much. Yeah, you've been hearing a lot that the movie's really good. I hear that some people are like saying like, yeah, it's not as good as people are saying, which I can understand that. But
people always say that.
as a superhero movie nerd, I feel like that this is one of the best superhero movies that has been released in quite some time. And as Hugh Jackman's last Wolverine movie, this was definitely a way to send off the character and the actor. So another movie I watched was Moonlight. Not gonna say much because if I say too much, I'll spoil some aspects of the movie. But it's a good movie. Like that's all I have to say about it. It's pretty good. It's not that much on Blu-ray. I think it's like $20 or something like that, which is not that much, honestly, compared to like other Blu-ray movies that are out at the moment. But yeah, Moonlight's pretty good. And then I think that's it. I've been doing, just obviously Dragon Ball Super and stuff like that. It's pretty good, obviously. But I think this is where we'll talk about The Walking Dead now. So if you don't want to hear spoilers from the past 2 episodes that happened, we're going to be just, talking about it and our thoughts on it. So let's get into that Eugene episode, Hostiles, and I don't even know what that other word is, but pretty much a Eugene episode. We see him get taken into Negan's place, and he's not exactly fond of the place at first, but at the end, he obviously has to. Yeah, he has to, because if he does it, he's gonna die.
That's true.
I like the subplot with Dwight and with Dwight and like him looking for his wife, and him trying to keep this persona as being Negan's second hand, I guess.
Yeah.
So I feel like that he's going to turn on him like at the end, honestly. But I guess we'll have to go and wait and see. But yeah, Eugene, obviously he's still a nerd and stuff like that. And I found the wives or whatever trying to like kill Negan, and obviously that girl wants to like kill herself or something like that.
Yeah.
And like Eugene obviously caught on to that. He's like, why do you need two? So,
yeah.
That was very blatant and obvious. But when Dwight like hit that note, I was like, oh god, no. This guy's dead. And like my first thought was he actually wasn't gonna kill him, and then he just threw him in there, and I was like, well, never mind. So other than that, it was like a good episode for Eugene, and just like seeing how Negan and his, I guess, little community he has operates.
Yeah.
Because when Eugene like, I guess, showed his dominance to that one lady that was like handing stuff out, I'm not exactly sure what she does.
She was like checking in items and stuff. So like when someone takes in a medical item, she like checks it off so they know who took it and stuff.
Oh, okay. So him doing that obviously was the first phase of him turning into one of Negan's men. And yeah, I thought that it was a pretty good episode overall.
Yeah, they also like killed the doctor. So now Eugene, like, he doesn't know anything. Like, now he has to be the doctor for this place. They killed the actual doctor. It was like, good job, Negan. Yeah. Why would you do that? like even having like more than like one doctor is a good thing. Like, why would you kill the only doctor? But whatever. It was pretty cool though.
Yeah. I mean, I guess he did that because he knew he had a backup, which was Eugene.
Yeah, but still, like, come on, man. Rest in peace, man.
Yeah, but overall, I think that was a pretty good episode for Eugene as a character, and us seeing more of Negan's men and how his entire scene operates and stuff. So, next episode was a Rick Schoen episode. That one scene when they were like kissing and stuff, I was like, oh god, no. Like, the episode just started, like, come on, guys. But
get in there.
When like the end of the episode, when it was like sort of alluding to like Rick dying, I was like, Rick can't die here, right?
Well, obviously not. Like, I think they know, like, it's mostly just to show that Michonne cares about Rick, and that's what they were trying to do. But still, like, come on. I think it was done pretty over the top. Also, the CGI deer looks so bad.
Oh yeah, so I saw some people on the subreddit complaining about that deer. Like, this looks like a PS1 game or something like that. It looks honestly, I didn't even notice it until afterwards when I saw it on Reddit. But yeah, I guess that deer was definitely a problem, I guess. But
besides,
that was just
besides that, they were just looking for supplies basically and getting the guns for the trash people. And there was also a little subplot with Rosita where she's being like super angsty about everything, and in the last minutes of the show she makes a plan with Sasha to try to take out Negan by themselves, which probably isn't going to work out very well.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not gonna work out, because how is the season gonna end, if Negan's already dead? So
yeah, so
I feel like obviously they know what they're risking is obviously their lives. It's a one-way trip, like they said.
Yeah, they know. They we're probably not gonna live through it. So,
but I mean, I don't know if this is the smartest play for them to do, it's not at all.
They're very mad. Like, I guess I understand, but it's also like, come on. Like, you can see that Rick got like 1 billion guns, and it's still not good enough for her. I'm like, yo, calm down.
Yeah, because she's like, I don't want to wait anymore. She just wants to get it done. And obviously the trash people are like, this is not enough. So Rick's got to comply with them a little bit. And when he said 20 guns, I was like, wait, he just went up. Is she actually going to accept that? And, obviously she did.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just a episode where it shows that Michonne is now too attached to Rick, and that Rosita is just very angry that they still have yet to kill Negan after everything he has done. But everything takes time, so I don't know why she's so mad about everything.
She's very angry.
But probably the next episode, if anything, we'll see Sasha and Rosita make their move, and they'll probably get captured, and maybe Negan will send one of his men over to the what's it called? What's their community? Goddamn, Alexandria. Yeah. So he'll probably do that, but yeah, I think that's everything we got to say. Is there anything else you would like to add?
Not really. I think that's about everything.
All right. Well, that's the end of this Two Players podcast episode. Thank you guys for listening once again, and we will see you guys 2 weeks from now with the next episode.
Later.